So there has been some very good chess on day one of the SKB tournament, but let me take you through a few mistakes by the players today. There were a lot of winning positions that were completely ruined. Some completely, some half. Basically, a draw. I mean, a win became a draw, and for some, a win became a loss. So, but generally, the quality of chess has been high. Rutvik has had two draws. Both draws were not satisfactory, basically. It was in winning positions that he drew both the games, second round and third round. You can see in the second round, Rutvik is white. He's playing against Agash. Agash is a rook. Rutvik has rook and 2 pawns. And here, Rutvik has a completely winning position, two connected pass pawns. The only plan to do was King G3, King H4, and just start pushing the pawns. But Rutvik was happy with a draw. He just repeated moves, and the game ended in a draw. Instead of pushing his pawns and the king up and try to win the game, he did not even try. He just gave checks or moved the rook instead of doing anything with his pawns. And that's how that game ended in a draw. In the third round, Rutvik had a completely winning position. Look at this position for black. It's a knight and 3 pawns against rook. The rook is no match against these things. To give you an example, white cannot even touch these pawns. If black stays like this, white cannot even touch these pawns. So if black wants, you can even get the king to a great square and then win the game. That's one plan. If you want, you can calculate to a win. For example, g6 would win. Rook takes in g7. The rook cannot stop your pawn. He takes, you promote. That's a win. It's not an easy win there, but if you want, you can do that. What Ritvik did was knight h5, knight a5, which is also good here. And Agash, I mean, Jain fell right into the trap. Knight g6. Jain is also playing super fast. Rutvik also playing super fast, and that's why after knight takes, king takes, Rutvik played the next move in 2 seconds. It's a completely winning position. You have a pawn. Rutvik thought the pawn cannot be stopped because both these squares are covered. He just pushed the pawn. But he forgot to look at the f6 square. The king can come to f6 and that's a draw. The pawn is gone. The problem is, after getting a winning position, he did not stop to think for even 3 seconds, 4 seconds, nothing. It was all 2 second moves. This move was played in 2 seconds. The winning plan, what is the correct move here? Just knight a2 or knight e2. Knight e2 is much better. And then get your king over and win the game. The extra pawn will matter. But yeah, this is what happened and it became a draw. So one draw was because of lack of trying, and the other draw was because of playing super fast. So the punishment for playing fast will catch you at some point. This time for Ritvik, it was instant. He was playing fast and he got the reward, which was a draw. Instead of winning, it became a draw. Let me take you to another position. This was between Nishwant and Ambi. This was not a big blunder by Ambi, but she made some small mistakes and then one big blunder, and that's how she lost this game. It's a winning position. Ambi is up by a bishop. There are 2 pawns for white. White is trying to push the pawns, but right now black is attacking the rook. Nishwan played knight e4, allowing knight takes. His plan is knight f6, but that's just an exchange, which is totally fine for Ambi. But yeah, Ambi decided knight takes is fine, which is true. But now instead of going to the corner, she went to the center. And that's when her king became unsafe. Nishwan just took on h7. So here Ambi got a little too greedy and she played king e7. Did not see what is coming next. Queen g7, king moves. It's still winning for black because black is a piece up. I mean, but it's not that easy. White has 4 connected pass pawns. King is not safe for black. Rook is not active. So it's not that easy, but it's winning for black. So here it's already a little bit difficult for black. So the correct move would have been king h8, but after this, she had to again go back. But she didn't want to give back the exchange. She wanted to stay a rook up. Rook and a knight up. Knight he can take, but she'll be a rook up then. That's what she wanted, which is okay. But now queen g7, king moves, still winning. This is where Ambi blundered very badly. She played rook d8. Huge mistake. That is a win turned into a loss. She is thinking the exchange of rooks is forced or something along those lines. But and the knight is also hanging. So it was incomplete thought process basically. The problem with rook d8 is obvious. Queen takes bishop, and now you're not just losing a bishop, you also are losing a rook. You might think it's not a full rook. It is actually a full rook because knight f6 and rook is gone. So from from a winning position, she got a losing position and went on to lose the game. So this was a big blunder. She could have just saved the bishop by just playing queen e7. I mean, bishop is not really in danger, but if you want to give extra support, you can play queen e7 or move the bishop somewhere. But yeah, this was what caused the loss. Now, this was a miniature game by Niranjan. Advait got caught in some opening trap. E4, E5, knight out, knight f6, inviting Advait to go fried liver. Going for the fried liver is not a great idea, but knight g5. People play d5, and after takes, black usually plays knight a5. Bishop b5, c6, takes. This is slightly better for black. Niranjan went for the sideline knight d4, which is kind of a trap. It is allowing d6, hitting f7, queen takes. Now comes the point of the trap. If knight f7, which Advait did, then there is this nice little move queen c7. There's no way to know this by looking at the board. It's very difficult to see queen c6, right? But if you know the opening, if you know this trap, then it's very easy to remember. Queen c6, and it's a lost position for, if you check with the engine, it's -5 almost. It's lost for white. The problem is, if you take the rook, then queen g2, the rook is attacked, and if you move the rook, then queen e4. This kind of trap happens in Blackman-Schilling Gambit also. There also the queen takes on g2. So here Advait knew what is coming, so he played c3, but that still doesn't stop queen g2. And now after pawn takes knight, he thought he'll have some peace, but no. Queen takes, king e2, queen e4. Same problem. And king f1, bishop check, and check. So it was a 12 move game which Niranjan got against Advait. So after day one, this is where we stand. We have 2 players on 3 out of 3. We have 3 players on 2.5, and we have lot of players on 2, and then some on 1.5, and so on. So yeah, that's how day one went, and let's see how day 2 goes.